The Trump-era tax cuts set to expire. Still no plan from Harris, but one thing is certain. If the tax cuts do expire, Americans will face a hike. The Tax Foundation finding that a couple with 2 kids making $165,000 a year would have to pay over $2,400 more in taxes.
Let's bring in Kevin O'Leary, O'Leary Ventures chairman, to weigh in on this. Always great to have you with us, Kevin, and let's start there. If Kamala Harris was elected president, there are many different tax policies which could cripple the economy, but the first thing she wants to do is allow these Trump tax cuts to expire. That has business implications, that has implications for people on a personal level. Can you kind of tease it out for us?
There's multiple effects that we have to worry about. First of all, the personal ones, obviously, and taxes will go up with her proposals, but she's admitting that. She's not denying it. I mean, that's a debate that's going on in terms of the classic make the rich pay their fair share. That's a narrative that goes into every single election cycle. Now, the more concerning one for the economy, not just personal taxes, is corporate tax rates. That, at her proposed 28%, would put the U.S. economy in an uncompetitive position. Last time we did this to ourselves, we started to see dislocation of headquarters moving to places like Ireland and other lower tax jurisdictions. That we shouldn't do. That's a mistake. For either party, that's a huge mistake. We're right in the middle right now in the G7, G20. So if all of a sudden we start charging 28 corporate tax rates plus add-on state in some cases, you're in the 30s. And that's just not competitive anymore in terms of the G20 or G7. That's to me the most horrific outcome, and I'm very nervous about that.
Kevin, we love having you on the program because every day you're talking to entrepreneurs, people who have great ideas, big ideas, creating innovations in this market. What are some of those entrepreneurs telling you about the investing or the creating environment in this current climate?
Well, the uncertainty is what we're all worried about. I mean, you know, we all have to work regardless of who's in the White House come November 6th. And so we'd like to get some idea of policy. This is a policy-light election. I'm disappointed that Harris doesn't give us more policy specifically on taxes, specifically on corporate taxes. I need to know that. So does everybody else. Remember, this is the #1 economy on earth, the American economy. 50% of capital invested worldwide comes here. We don't want to do anything to change that. And the #1 export of America is not a product or service. It's the American dream. There's a reason people are willing to risk their lives to come here. We don't want to do anything to change that. And that's why I'm so concerned about tax policy on capital formation. The higher you raise corporate taxes, the harder it is to create capital opportunity. And that's what I'm worried about. The American dream is at stake. Everybody should think about that. Everybody. That has what's kept this economy going for over 200 years. It is a #1 export.
Kevin, I'm going to switch gears with you for a second and talk about something you've identified as one of the next great market spaces. That's healthy snacks. You got our attention when you mentioned that a few weeks ago. But I got to tell you, we just did a story yesterday on how they're now making these weight loss drugs for kids as young as like first grade or kindergarten. So I look at you and healthy snacks, and I look at this movement. By the way, online influencers pushing this everywhere. Senators are going after them for this. Kevin, isn't that a problem for the healthy snack market? Did you pick the wrong space? Isn't it all about the weight loss drugs now?
The answer for longevity and fitness is not drugs. That's not a great idea. It's a healthy lifestyle, some exercise, and eat moderately. That's really what we should be pushing. Now, part of that solution is healthy snacks. I mean, I just think about as I, past 40 years old, how I changed my diet. And I did it because I want to live longer and I want to enjoy the extended back period. But no, I'm not a fan of this drug idea. No, I'm not worried about all of these drugs you inject yourself with taking away from healthy eating. I mean, and by the way, this is the fastest growing. I'm out here in California. I just went through the earthquake a few minutes ago before I logged on. That was funky. It felt like a wave going through this hotel room. But we're shooting Shark Tank, and this year I've never seen more in the focus around reducing sugar, reducing sodium, and bringing more natural elements to snacks.
That's great.
Never before.
It's great.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Put the health conscious aspects before using drugs. Kevin, final topic we want to get you on today. There's a new survey out that shows that 1 in 4 people, younger Americans, is saying they're not planning to have kids because it's just too expensive. I mean, that's amazing in some ways when you think about the landscape that we're in. That's sort of a right that people feel they have, is to be able to have a child, and people say, I can't afford to do it.
Well, they're also extending when they have a child. And yes, children are expensive, but as I've told all my students, and I'm honest with them, I wish I'd had my kids 10 years earlier. Family is everything. That's what it's all about. And I urge them, listen, it's not about money, it's about your future. And I never thought that way. I waited till I was 36 before I even got married. That was a mistake. And I realize it now, and I love my kids, but boy, I wish I had more time with them in a younger age. So anybody listening to this, forget about money when it comes to kids. Find somebody you really like that you can live with for the rest of your life, because the worst thing for money is getting divorced. And half of marriages in America fail, not because of infidelity, because of financial stress. So I feel like I'm some kind of a mensch. You know, I'm a marriage counselor now. Get married sooner, have more kids.
I've never heard Kevin O'Leary say, forget about money. That might be a first ever.
Yep, mark that soundbite. Kevin O'Leary, thank you so much. Great to see you, sir.
Take care.